Every day, thousands of dreams die. They aren't destroyed by spectacular failures. They aren't crushed by evil villains, bad economies, or lack of talent. In fact, if you look closely at the scene of the crime, there is no blood. There is no explosion. There is only a quiet, whisper-soft voice that says, "Maybe tomorrow." Or, "You're not ready yet." Or, "Who are you to do this?" There is a silent epidemic sweeping across the world right now, and it is killing people's potential, their relationships, and their futures. It's a psychological assassin that disguises itself as being realistic or waiting for the perfect time. I am talking, of course, about self-doubt. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are going to look into the dark psychology of self-doubt. We are going to explore why your brain is biologically wired to sabotage you, and more importantly, how the most successful people on earth silence this inner critic. If you have ever stared at a blank screen, hovered your finger over a publish button, or backed out of an opportunity because you felt like an imposter, do not click away, because by the end of this episode, everything changes. Let's get painfully honest for a second. I want you to think about the cemetery of unfinished dreams sitting on your hard drive or in the back of your mind right now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The half-written book, the business plan you mapped out but never launched, the YouTube channel you bought the camera for, but the camera is now collecting dust on a shelf. Why didn't you do it? You probably told yourself a very rational lie. You said, "I just don't have the time right now," or "the market is too saturated." But let's strip away the logic. At the core, you didn't do it because you experienced a sudden wave of self-doubt. You imagined someone you went to high school with finding your video. You imagined a colleague mocking your business idea. You imagined trying, failing, and confirming your deepest, darkest fear that you aren't good enough. This is how self-doubt kills. It doesn't push you off a cliff. It convinces you to build a cage, walk inside, and lock the door yourself. But if you are feeling this right now, I need you to know something crucial. You are in incredibly good company. To understand how to beat this, we have to look at the people who have already gone to war with it. There is a brilliant book by Steven Pressfield called The War of Art. If you haven't read it, pause this video and go buy it. Pressfield argues that self-doubt isn't just a fleeting emotion. It is an active, malevolent force. He called this force resistance. Resistance loves self-doubt. Pressfield writes that resistance will tell you anything to keep you from doing your work. It will tell you you're a fraud. It will tell you you're too old, too young, too broke, or too uneducated. And Pressfield knows this firsthand. Before he became a best-selling author, he was so crippled by self-doubt that he lived out of the back of his van, working odd jobs, running away from his typewriter for years. Why? Because the pain of potentially failing at the one thing he loved, writing, was too terrifying. Self-doubt almost killed his legacy. But it gets crazier. Think about the late, great Maya Angelou. She wrote 11 books. She won countless awards. She is an icon of literature. Yet, after every single book she published, Maya Angelou famously said, "Oh, they're going to find out now. I've run a game on everybody, and they're going to find me out." This is called imposter syndrome, and it is self-doubt's favorite weapon. The most successful, brilliant people in the world feel it. If you're watching this and thinking, "Well, I just need to read one more book or get one more certification, and then I'll feel confident enough to start," you have fallen into the deadliest trap of all. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to escape it right now. The biggest lie society sells us is that confidence comes before action. We think we have to feel like a superhero to put on the cape. Psychology tells us the exact opposite. Action precedes confidence. You do not wait for the self-doubt to leave. You take action while your hands are shaking. In her incredible book, Big Magic, Elizabeth Gilbert has a beautiful way of dealing with this. She talks directly to her fear and self-doubt before she starts a project. She literally says, "Faye, you are allowed to have a seat in the car. You're allowed to come along for the ride. But you are not allowed to touch the steering wheel. You are not allowed to touch the radio. You are just a passenger." You see, self-doubt is actually a biological defense mechanism. Your brain wants to keep you safe on the couch. It views any risk, like starting a business, asking someone out, or creating art, as a threat to your survival. When you feel self-doubt, it doesn't mean you are broken. It means your brain is working normally. It just means you are standing on the edge of your comfort zone. The cure for self-doubt isn't toxic positivity. The cure is evidence. Every time you post that video despite feeling cringy, you give your brain evidence that you survived. Every time you send that email while your heart is pounding, you build a brick of undeniable proof that you are capable. Self-doubt is a quiet killer, but it only has power in the dark. The moment you drag it out into the light, look at it, and say, I hear you, but we are doing this anyway, it loses its grip on your throat. So, I have a challenge for you today. I want you to think of that one thing you've been putting off because of self-doubt, that one project sitting in the graveyard. I don't want you to finish it today. I just want you to take 10 minutes and do the very first step. Open the document. Register the domain name. Send the text. Do it scared. Do it doubting yourself. Just do it. Drop a comment below and tell me exactly what you are going to commit to doing today to silence your inner critic. Putting it in writing makes it real. If this episode gave you the push you needed, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep bringing you the tools you need to level up your mind and your life. Stop letting the whisper win. Take the wheel. I'll see you in the next one.